Evening all, and welcome back to Kerbalism. So I have here a little tiny craft which I have deployed to all three different sites. I've done all three different sites and got the Science Junior data and sent it back to us. I did also have the lights and mics running here, but they can't be run on the surface. They've actually got to be flying, so we'll have to figure that out later. And I did the mystery goo as well because I couldn't remember if we'd done it all in every slot, but we have. It's all been done now. So with that, and with some of the more information we've got from the moon, the flyby, we have 56 points of science. Still not a great deal. We really need to be getting better science. Really, landing on the moon, I suppose, is going to be where we want to go. I'm going to unlock this so I can get the little Terrier engine, because I think that's going to help for landing a probe on the moon, which is kind of what I want to do. So, we have sites and unmanned experiments. Ooh, that's new. I'm not really sure what it means when it unlocks those, because I already had access to them. Like here, light and... oh no, this was might, wasn't it? Ah, so we now have a sight one as well. Light, might and sight. Measures dust through a vacuum. Okay. Measures strength of magnetic field in ionosphere and luminosity information. Literally, is the sun out or not? Okay, so yeah, fair enough. Right, so we have another new experiment to do, which means we need even more probes because you can only run one experiment per probe, which is fine. So before we go here, let's have a look at our contracts. And we have an active one, which is Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. We're currently doing that. We've got some rescue ones. I don't really want to do that. Satellite. I do want to do the rescue ones, just not right now. I don't think I have the stuff to do that sort of thing with. Bring a moonstone back with you. That will involve actually sending a Kerbal to the moon. Don't really want to do that either. Not yet. So, what's this? Explore Kerbal. I'll rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit. Yeah. I don't need to worry that much about the missions, but I kind of, if I'm going to go, I want to do a mission at the same time if possible, because it makes sense. Why not? Bring some moonstone back with you. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any arm or any way to scoop up that. So okay, instead, I think I want to build a craft to go to the moon, or should we go to Minmus? Let's go to Minmus first. Let's do that. Right, so here we are with the Minmus flyby 1, and it is exactly the same as the moon flyby. The only difference is I've taken out the swivel engine and put in the Terrier, so it's much lighter, and it gave it a lot more Delta V. We have the Delta V vessel. There we go. 3,900. I'm confused by that because it said it had 5,700 in the VAB. Okay. Yeah, let's give it a try. Let's find out. Find out whether any of these boosters go wrong on us and it all goes terribly kaboomy. We want to head to Minmus, but I don't know how to get to Minmus without using Patriconics. So let's get this into orbit, and then we'll come back and upgrade the tracking center. So go. There we go. Oh, I obviously didn't upgrade the didn't turn up the thrust on these. They're a lower thrust, so well, it's not going so fast, but that's okay because I don't want this to burn up in the atmosphere. I am going to lean over a lot more aggressively than I would do normally, because I know this flies pretty well, and I kind of want to get the nose over as hard as I can. As soon as I can, let's turn off SES and let it lean over. Because the more vertical speed is good, but you really want horizontal speed to get into orbit. That's the big thing. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. This seems to be accelerating hard enough and being fine. Let's turn on the SES whilst the engines turn off. Drop them off. And we'll carry on like that, and we will hopefully end up in orbit. Okay, so there we go. We're in orbit, and our delta V is higher than it was when we left the surface. I don't understand that. I'm guessing the delta V readings built into Kerbal Space Program work on where you are, so they were figuring out this engine is absolutely useless in an atmosphere, and now I'm out here, it's really good. But for some reason, unless I was misreading that, was I misreading that? Is that just the stage? I might have been misreading that. Okay, ignore me if that's true. Right, so we're in orbit, but I need to get over to Minmus, and I can't do that without some form of node. I don't know how to just fire and get to Minmus. I don't know how that works. So let's go back to the Space Center, and let's upgrade our tracking center. Oh, didn't want to click on it. No. Want to right click it and go upgrade. Patch connects visible. Boom. There we go. We have enough money. We could probably upgrade it again because unknown object track. Oh no, no. I don't want to get into that sort of thing. Not this early. There was one other experiment I noticed as well, which was running as we were flying up there. We have the upper atmosphere pressure scan, so flying high and getting the pressure scan. That didn't get completed, so I guess we still need to do something along with that at some point. Okay, so let's set this as our target, can we? Set as target, awesome sauce. And then I want to... No, I want to... I still can't do maneuver nodes. Why can't I do maneuver nodes? That seems wrong to me. Bear with me just a moment. Okay, so Patch Conics is this blue line here which shows you where you're going to go and shows you if you're going to get encounters. To actually plan maneuver, you need to upgrade something else. Let's go back to the Space Center. And I can't believe I actually had to Google this. It's been so long since I played Kerbal Space Program, it's weird. But you need to upgrade the mission center. You see here, it says active contract 7 and flight planning available. That's what we need. Boom. There we go, flight planning. So now we can go back in here, back to our Minmus flyby 1, and now we're allowed to actually plan a maneuver. So I can click, add a maneuver. Awesome sauce. That's what I wanted. I guess you could upgrade that first and get a maneuver. You could plan your maneuvers before. Before you get the patch conic, so you could sort of plan how to get out to the moon, but you wouldn't actually be able to see what's happening. It seems a bit weird, but it's possible. Right, so if I do this, our closest approach is 15 million. Oh, we need to do that, but I can't really do that. Okay. So I need to, I want it somewhere near the descending or ascending node so that we're on the same sort of plane. But it's going to have to be slightly off, and I'm really going to have to hope that I can get close enough to it. So let's see here. So Minmus is at 46 million, my apoapsis is at 46.6. Bring that down. perhaps this, please. 46.4. There we go. Right. And then if I just move this around a bit. Target closest approach. Oh, don't do that. I want the closest approach. There we go. 94 million. 93, 92, 90. 8,000. That's much better. 8, and then I want to just down. Right. Okay. So we want us to be about there, and then goes out way beyond everything. Don't do that. Bring that down to 40. 6.4. I think that's about right. Oh, 47. Yeah, that's close enough. And then what we want to do is when we're at here at the ascending node, we want to add another maneuver, and want to bring our angle down. Will we eventually get an encounter? Something like that. Reel that in a bit. We'll have to go further over. This is a bit of a thing. It's finding out exactly where you want the maneuvers to be. So I want. Oh, hold on. Whoop! Did not want to do that. Take that back. Let's line them up roughly so they're. You can see the two nodes there. The closest approach. I've got so many things clicked. The target position and our closest approach. If the two nodes are roughly above each other, so when you zoom out, they're sort of close. Oh, I'm going to have to accelerate up a bit there because that'll be wrong. There we go. So they're kind of close to each other, just wrong. That looks good. And then we add a maneuver at the ascending and descending node. The ascending and descending node are when you are level in the plane with the Minmus. See, Minmus is at an angle. The moon's dead level with the equator of Kerbin, but the Minmus is not. So 2 orbits it hits an ascending and descending node. Ascending basically means that you're coming over it's coming over the top, and descending means it's coming from the bottom. And then we can just bring that down and see we can use the I'm not sure what the nodes are actually called. You've got prograde and retrograde, which is speed up or slow down. You've got orbital in and out. They've got proper names and I'm forgetting them now. But yeah, you've got 6 different nodes. You've got forward and backwards, left and right, and up and down. It's the best way to picture it there. And if I bring the up one down or the down one down, basically if I grab either of these two and bring them down, it will make my plane, instead of being up here, it'll bring it down. So I'll end up at the same angle you see there. My angle is that red dotted line, and it's roughly on line with the green one coming along. So then we'll get an encounter. So let's have a focus here, and we'll get an encounter that is 1.3 million meters away, which is fine. That's fine. We don't do a flyby. I would kind of like to put it in orbit if I can. That'd be nice. From here we can obviously change things. If you right click any of these little node things here, you can get them to appear permanently. You can then adjust things as you want to go. So I want to bring that back up a little bit so I'm level, and then maybe I want to accelerate a little bit to get closer. There we go. Boom, 83. And if I file them maneuvers perfectly, that's where my craft will end up. And then I can add another maneuver here to bring myself down to orbit. Let's go into quite a high orbit. Let's bring it down to 1 million. There we go. 1,000,000 meters. Boom. Okay. So there's our maneuvers planned. We've got 3 maneuvers planned. This now. the @ symbol on your keyboard goes back to there. So, oh, I've missed this one here. We're actually over, so I need to kind of fire the node sort of now. You see the node was 8 seconds ago, so let me try and get this going on here. I do have thrust vectoring from the engine, so let's fire that. Really, you want to fire your maneuvers halfway between. So if the burn time was 1 minute, you want to fire at T minus 30 seconds. So you're firing halfway before the maneuver and halfway after it. But I missed that one there. It doesn't have to be exact because I'm not trying to rendezvous anything. I'm just trying to roughly meet Minmus. So, and the great thing is, because I can see this here, I don't need to look at the map. I can just follow these here. And providing I've got all my markers in the correct places, everything should be fine. He says confidently, knowing full well that it never works that way. Okay, so 18 seconds is this burn time here. Some of it is booting Kerbal Space Program, some of it is better burn times mod. I think the node arrival is better burn times. It lets you know. There's also a button here which warps the maneuver, which I think is a brand new feature. Okay, so there we go. So, boom, 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 boom. I don't know, you see the maneuver node's now moving off because we're so close to it, so tick that. The next one is a 25 meter second burn. There. See, it's when I mouse over it says 25. If I mouse over that one says 134. So 25 and 134 is not 2,872. So we're good. We're really, really good. We're going to be absolutely fine for getting this to Minmus. And not having to worry about anything going terribly wrong. Well, things can always go wrong, but we'll see. Point it roughly at the correct maneuver node, and on the SES, the bomb. The batteries are fully charged because we're going to be going into the shadow of Kerbin. So, okay. And it's a 1 second burn time, and that will warp us to 1 minute before the node. So let's try this. This is the built-in feature from Kerbalism. Kerbal Alarm Clock has got a feature that allows you to warp to the maneuver node there. So let's try this one. Boom. Go. There we go. 1 minute away. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. And you see we're at a weird angle, but that's because we want to be firing to go down because Minmus will be below us when we get up here. See, right now we're up there, we want to go down there. Now it says 1 second, that's at full power. If I change the thrust limiter, it's not going to change anything. Oh, there we go. There we go. 6 seconds. So if you don't want to do a maneuver that's just like, oh, fire and stop, you could turn the thrust limiter down like 10%, and it will say 13 seconds. So I want to fire like T-7, something like that. Turning that down gives you a lot more control, a lot more stability on firing things. You can fire the engine for longer and not worry about overshooting things as much. So there we go, 7 seconds, fire the engine, it'll burn down nice and slowly. And there we go. Okay, that looks good to me. Now, of course, because we haven't made those maneuvers absolutely perfectly, it may be now that our encounter is different. Yes, it is. See, our encounter is now this far away. So, because you never quite make the maneuvers perfectly. So what I can do is I can point and fire manually and just try and get our orbit where I want to be. Oh, still firing down, just trying to get myself on the correct plane, and then I want to point prograde, which will be, I think, that way. Have a look, see here, it's over here. Oh, no, I'm going to obviously be firing away from Kerbin. That would be prograde. Yeah, prograde's over here. There's the prograde marker, the green one. The retrograde one has got different markings inside. I'm saying all this stuff, and all of you watching probably know exactly what I'm on about already, and you're probably thinking, shut up and get on with it. But there might be one person that doesn't quite understand how maneuver works, or maybe I'm showing you something you played Kerbalism or Kerbal Space Program before and didn't know about it. But yeah, see, I've turned the engine down, and I'm just thrusting a little tiny bit, and I'm still getting such a large change. If you had the engine up full thrust and tried to do this, you'd be inside Minmus and go mad. I could get to the other side of Minmus and use it for braking. If you come around the back of a planet, what I mean there is Minmus is travelling this way along its orbit. You see that's brighter, that's darker. Let me turn that off. That's the brighter side, that's the darker side. So it's travelling this way. If you come around the back, you'll pick up speed by travelling through, because you're coming round and you're going with the motion of the planet, or the moon, or Minmus in this case. If you come around the front, you're actually going against it, so you slow down doing it. So that's how you can, I mean, if you're coming out to planetary body and you're planning to go straight back again, come around the front, it will slow you down and it will bring you back. Or if you're planning to go into orbit, come around the front is probably a better way because it slows you down. So that being said, let's fire the engine and go through. Come out the other side. Minmus is quite small, so 20 seems good enough. And I used a little bit more fuel here, but I will now use a lot less fuel there. See, this says 140 meters a second now, and it's the node's in the wrong place because it doesn't know. I get rid of that and put the node back in now, and then brake down to, was it a million? Wasn't it? It was a million. Ooh, yeah, so there, about there. So just under a million we was, weren't we? There. Now it's 100, so I've saved myself 30 meters a second of fuel, which may not seem like a lot, but for a probe it's not that important. But when it comes to actual rescuing Kerbals or sending Kerbals places, 30 meters a second could mean the difference between you missing the planet on the way back and you just catching this atmosphere. So yeah, fuel saving wherever you can is a fantastic thing. So let's turn to my solar panels pointing towards the sun, like so. I did realise I could have actually put a different bad orientation. Oh, that's on the probe. Instead of using might here, I could have used someone else. I could use the other one, the science, but I didn't. I forgot. So let's go out here to where we meet Minmus, which is going to be in 7 days. I could go and do other things in that time, but we are kind of waiting 30 days for Valentina to finish going around Kerbin. So there she is, going round and round, probably getting dizzy. Hopefully she doesn't go a bit mad, I don't know. Also, hopefully these antennas work out to Minmus. I hadn't checked that. Moon flyby 4 batteries are almost empty. Why is that? Ah, the moon is in the shadow of Kerbin, so yeah, it's not going to get any electric charge. That's fine, there's nothing we can do about it. It'll probably run out of charge. Yeah, it's dead. That's fine. It'll come back once the moon passes over. Something else to bear in mind, if you're going to the moon, make sure you try and aim for it just as it's kind of past Kerbin, so you get the most amount of sunlight available. Because Kerbals don't like it in the dark, and they end up freezing to death. Moon flyby batteries are dead. Yeah, it's fine. There we go. It's going to be in a weird orbit because its orbit is around the moon in different ways. It's not always going to get daylight. She's losing her mind. Concentration is becoming a problem. Ooh. I don't know what happens when Kerbals lose their mind. We don't want that. We want the Orbiter 2. Stress. 33% stress. How long have you been up there? Couple of clock. Oh, she's only been up there for 7 days. She's got 33% stress. She might not make it. If it was like 10 days, if it had 20 days left, then it might be fine. But yeah, it might be too cramped for her to be up there for so long, so we might have to abandon that. I'm going to leave it until she gets sort of 60% stressed. Then we'll take it from there. See what happens, I suppose. Accelerate time right up and see whether we can actually get somewhere. Oh, we're getting a burst from the sun. We're getting a sun solar flare. But this doesn't have any shielding on it, so it might be doomed. Okay, we've got 3 hours left. Stress and so on. Valentine is okay because she's in orbit of Kerbal, so she's fine. It's this one I'm a little concerned about. We're taking radiation damage, aren't we? Yeah. I can't do a great deal about it, I'm afraid. Let's just go through and see what happens. Anything going to fail on us? Anything going to go terribly, terribly wrong? Batteries are almost empty. Damn it. I have to turn off the remarks about that. Come on. Oh, there we go. So we got through the storm. Nothing seems terribly, terribly broken. Right. Valentina's losing her mind. So... okay. We are 2 days away from our maneuver node here. So we didn't even get to Minmus. And then Valentina went a bit mad, which is... it's fine. It's fine. Let's zoom over here. See Valentina. So it was too much for her. She couldn't deal with the... yeah, she couldn't deal with it. Okay. And it was... she didn't even make it 8 days, a week in orbit. So we need to do something better for Valentina. So let's bring her home. And I suppose at a later date we will figure out how to leave a Kerbal in orbit for long enough. Let's warp around. Doesn't really matter about the sun. I just want to. Yeah, where do we want to go down? Do we want to land somewhere near the Kerbal Space Center? Or do we want to land somewhere else? Why have we got a relay splash down? Ooh. Okay. Don't know what that is. Where do we want to land? We could try and land somewhere else and try and get a bit of science going on. Like the mountains? Or something? The mountains? Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for the mountains. So accelerate round and we'll fire the engines here. And we'll ditch that, and we've still got this little engine here, which we never really needed. But I think we'll get back to the atmosphere, like here somewhere. And then let's aim that way and fire this engine. 180 degrees ish. We'll push ourselves that way, which will bring us down over here somewhere. Might land in the mountains, might not. Don't know. Either way, we want to point ourselves like so. I'm going to transfer all the data to here. Not that there isn't any data, but... and we'll get rid of that. We'll turn off the SES, and we will descend into the atmosphere and bring Valentina home before she goes completely mad and starts trying to murder people. She lasted almost 8 days in orbit, so not quite the 30, but we'll get there. Okay, I still get a little concerned about them parachutes because I must remember that they all work off sea level, not ground level. So, yeah, if you're going to be landing in the mountains or anything, you want to run the parachute a bit higher than that. But yes, Valentina, welcome home. Didn't use much ablator. Plonk. Oh, it fell over. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. And roll over. There we go. Please stop. Please stop rolling. I should not have let it roll. There we go. It stopped. It's fine. Okie dokie. So, we are good. We are good. Where are we? Oh, we have a crew report running. Awesome. Where are we? Info. We are landed in the mountains. Awesome. Okay. So, I suppose if I roll this over a little tiny bit. That was not a little tiny bit, was it now? Come on. Come on now. There we go. Right. So once the crew report is finished in 4 minutes, let's speed up time. There we go. Right. And now Valentina can get out. A bomb. And she can get a surface sample and an EVA report. Oh. Oh, nice bit of flipping there, Valentina. Well done. Oh, we're getting glitchy ground. The ground is alive. It's twitching. Okay. Might as well get all the science whilst we can. But yes, Valentina, welcome home. Welcome back to Kerbin. How did you enjoy your 8 days? Bit stressy? Yeah, not really surprised. Was a lot to ask for a Kerbal to sit in that little tiny pod for that long, but she did well. She did well. Okay. Let's recover that. And we received a grand total of 10 credits of science, which is... yeah. Okay. But then we are still sciencing around Kerbin, so it's not great. But yeah, Valentina has returned. Unfortunately, she failed the mission. But she has gained 1 star of... yeah, 1 star of experience, so she now has new manoeuvres to do. So we need to plan a craft that's going to make... needs to be 3 times more comfortable, at least. But I think we'll do that in the next episode, and we will also carry on with our Minmus vessel, wherever it may be. So yes, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time, and until then, as always, have fun.